So, hi James.
Hi, how are you doing?
Yeah, good, thanks. We are in front of this very beautiful Neve console here, and you were just saying that this is kind of a recreation of some of the kind of classic Neve or classic Neve console, right?
That's right, yeah, and it was quite a task, quite an undertaking to revisit, because this is one of the more famous Neves. You know, it's BCM10. Originally, I think 1969-70 came out, and there's a lot of people would watch very closely to see what we did with it, and so the temptation is to bring it up to date a bit, but of course if you go too far down that road then you're taking away from the authenticity, so we had to make some quite tricky decisions on which way to go, and some of it was a no-brainer, like on the original one the Q bus was mono, and so to add a second 1272 mix amp and make it a stereo Q actually gives you a second stereo mix bus, and we can merge them together. So things like that, there's no way that's anything other than useful. But you change the functionality too much, and it's not going to be the same thing. And the other, it's so well regarded as the original that you have to be a bit careful with something.
So in terms of like components and stuff, was that kind of difficult to source, or?
Really, yeah, very much so, because again, it took I think 3 times longer to get it into production than we estimated, just because when you're creating a new design, everything's you pick stuff that's off the shelf that you can get hold of. To do this, again, we had obviously all the original drawings, the specs for everything, but to negotiate to get these things back into production and to retest everything, it was quite an undertaking.
So what else has kind of changed, or what is exactly the same about the desk?
Well, a few more little changes and things like bringing the monitoring section up to date and stuff like that, because a lot of people will buy this as a sidecar for an existing studio, or maybe as something to have a nice analog front end to a in-the-box studio, perhaps. So to make this sit in the middle is the most useful thing. A few more speaker sets and inputs into the monitor section. We gave it a 5.1 monitoring setup. No one's going to mix 5.1 on this, but to be able to monitor it and keep the console where it should be in the middle of the studio was quite important. And then things like adding a couple of 500 slots, because as we said, why wouldn't you? So we're proud of the lunchbox range that we do, and there was no bus compressor in the original, but it's too good an opportunity to miss, to be able to put 2 500 slots in. You can see it's got the Neve compressor in there, which is an excellent choice, but you can assign it to the main mix, or you can use it as an insert for the other things.
So does the console come with the Neve compressors in, or are they kind of like blank 500 slots?
Yeah, we supply it with the 2264s in there. But if someone did want to use something else, there's no reason why they couldn't.
So are these 500 slots up here as well, or not?
No, these are the original Neve spec slots from way back when. There's 1272 amp with the original Amphenol connector, whatever it is, and this is as it was. These are interchangeable with the original units.
With the original, okay.
Yeah.
So you can put the vintage units inside the.
That's right. And but the nice thing about this, they're all set up the same, all tested. They all sound identical, so that the days of having a crackly channel and a dark one and a bright one, it's nice to be able to buy something off the shelf that has that sound, but it's consistent.
So could you change one of the channel strips for an original, like a full channel strip for an original?
Absolutely, yeah.
If, say, you had an original channel strip that you particularly liked, that it was darker or brighter?
Again, yeah, it's got the same connector. It is the same. Drop it in. Yeah, why not?
Well, yeah. Thank you very much for talking to us.
Yeah, pleasure. Thanks for coming over.